Hey family, I'm trying to make this work, alright? Y'all know majority of my videos I do while I am on the road, driving around to our different locations, doing the CPR stuff, alright? But, this video, I wanted to talk about the current agenda for this homosexuality shit to be pushed, especially when it comes to our black men, alright? The feminization of our black men, alright? If they cannot feminize them, they criminalize them. I am trying to understand when masculinity became toxic. I keep hearing this toxic masculinity quote thrown around. And I'm trying to find out, when did being masculine become toxic? They are trying to make this gay shit normal, alright? And if gay is normal, what is heterosexual? What is straight? Even the ones that aren't necessarily gay are highly feminized. Men are wearing skinny jeans, which are the equivalent of tights. Men are wearing blouses. Men are wearing purses. They have made it to where anyone who speaks in a negative light about this stuff, you're shunned or you're deemed homophobic. Especially people in the entertainment industry. Which is why I'm glad I am not in the entertainment industry, because I could give a fuck what anybody feels about how I feel or my opinion of it, and nobody can silence me because it's going to stop a check. Wendy Williams made a completely factual statement and was forced to apologize. For what? Don't quote me on her exact words, but pretty much the gist of what she said was, a trans woman will never be a real woman. Facts. You do not have ovaries, a uterus. You don't get a period once a month. You cannot bear children and give birth. You will never be a woman. Facts. Why was she forced to apologize for that? I personally, as a woman, am highly offended that a man would dare think that he could pull off what I've pulled off. given birth to 7 children with the uterus that I had at birth through the vagina that I had at birth. You will never be able to do that as a trans woman, ever. People are all concerned because they figured out how to do a uterus transplant. That will only work for women. The one time that it has worked so far, it was a uterus transplanted into another woman. Boom, they pulled it off. Big ups to them, and I'm sure it'll help these women who are unable to conceive children with their own uterus, all right? But it'll never work for a man. Here's why. As women, we are designed to carry life within our body. That uterus is designed to expand. And when it expands, all of the organs around it naturally migrate to make room for the growing life inside of us. A man's organs are not designed to do that. So yeah, they can put one in a man if they want to, but guess what's going to happen? All of his organs will be crushed, and he will die a slow, agonizing death, all right? Because those organs, his intestines, his liver, his lungs, none of that shit is going to migrate and move to make room for that growing life inside of his body, because his body was not designed for that. So why Whitney Williams was forced to apologize for a factual statement is beyond me, but that's where we are with this alphabet club shit. All right? I'm sick of it. I love my black man. And he is in no way at all feminine. And I love it. All right? It bothers me that there are so many black women upholding and pushing and condoning this agenda. It even further sickens me that there are black men condoning this bullshit. Case in point, Dwayne Wade. They have been all the rage lately, all right? Because of his sons, because I will never call that his daughter, but because of his son's decision to transition into living life as a female. He said he feels like he was born the wrong gender. And for some reason, instead of redirecting his son, instead of getting that child some counseling, all right, he goes along with it. They let this boy decide how he wants to dress, what gender he decides to go by, his name change. I will never call that little boy Zaya. His mother named him Zion. Him. That shit is a mental illness. They should have got him counseling. They certainly should not be parading him around like a spectacle for everyone to see. I believe that this is a form of population control, because if they can't kill us all by literally killing us, shooting us in the streets through disease, because AIDS has ravaged the black community, especially through this homosexual shit. And then lastly, because faggots can't give birth. 2 women, 2 men cannot create life. If there are enough of us confused to where no life is being created, our numbers decline. That's what they need, because their numbers are declining. They will soon be the minority. So by any means necessary, they must remain in power. How else? Remove all of our strong black men by criminalizing them and hiding them away in privatized prisons where these people are getting paid per head. The rest of them, they feminize them or completely faggotize them. This shit is ridiculous. And I need people to see it for what the fuck it really is. It is an agenda being pushed. A lot of you fucking weirdos are gonna wake up in a few years shitting on yourself, trying to figure out what the fuck, and realize, you know what? I don't like men's no more. I don't want to wear a purse no more. I like women's now. It's also starting to come to light that YouTube has been blocking videos on the topic of transgender regret. All right? There are quite a few young men out here who have gone through with these sex change operations at a very young age, when really they don't have it all figured out yet. Just like I feel like Zion does not have it all figured out yet. I think he's just confused. You know what I mean? So there's other people in these same shoes, but they've gone through with these sex change operations. To my understanding, that's not what Dwayne is wanting to do with his son, you know. But there are parents out there who have co-signed with this shit and allowed their children to get these surgeries, these sex change operations. All right. Then there are these children that once they are young adults and thinking differently and probably a little bit more level-headed, are having regrets. All right. Now you've had your whole penis mutilated to look like a vagina, and you decide you want to be a man. You're taking all these hormones to produce estrogen so that your voice can change and you can stop growing hair on your face. And now you're trying to stop taking all these hormones because you decided that that's not what you want to do with your life. And now you're like suicidal and shit. Like a lot of these videos that are being brought forward, these people are suicidal, extremely depressed, and living with extreme regret over this permanent decision that they made during a time in their life when they should not have been making no permanent decision. All right. So beware the agenda that's being pushed. And if your child is coming to you saying, "Hey, this is what I got going on," get them some help. Don't condone it. Don't accept it. Don't push it. Be aware that it is being pushed by them forcing people to accept it, by them putting a gay character in every television show and cartoon. It is an agenda that is being pushed. Beware of that. And don't allow your children to fall victim to it just because mass media says that that's what you're supposed to do. That is a form of child abuse, at the very least. Be aware that if they cannot feminize your boys, they will criminalize your boys. Don't allow it to happen. Women, if you're a single mom, I understand life happens, but get some positive male role models around your boys, all right? I'm parking real quick, y'all. All right, so, and I know it's dark in here now. Let me see if I can. So get some positive male role models around your sons. Get them in sports. Get them in band. Get them in something. Trying not to look like I'm telling scary ghost stories here. But get some positive male role models in your son's life. Be it through sports. My son plays basketball. My oldest, he plays basketball. He's in band. He's got some positive male role models in his life. Mentor programs. There are mentorship programs. Get your son in a mentorship program. I am not religious myself, so I personally do not go to church, but I know a lot of y'all are into church. Look, now be careful, because in churches are some weird places too for this shit. But get yourself somebody that you know and trust. A lot of us have brothers. If you've got a brother that could be a positive role model, an uncle, your dad, you know what I mean? Get some positive male role models in your son's lives so that they're not emulating you. All right? Because that is also what's going on. All right? When I'm doing my nails, when I'm doing my hair, and my 11-year-old walks into the bathroom, I'm like, "Hey, what you want? What you need?" All right? I'm not going to allow him to stand and watch me do my makeup. I'm not going to allow him to stand and watch me do my nails and paint my nails. I'm not going to allow him to stand and watch me do my hair. That's not what he needs to be a part of. You know what I mean? Go play video games with your dad. Y'all get outside and go do your drills. You know what I mean? They do. My youngest son plays soccer. So him and his dad will go outside regularly to do soccer drills. So get out of my face. You know what I mean? Here's a hug. Now go on your way. You know what I mean? Don't watch me do my shit. This is girl shit. You know what I mean? Go do dude shit. So a lot of y'all need to get some male role models and some male influences around your children so that you're not yourself feminizing them. And then the agenda that's being pushed in the media, in the shows that they watch, in the music that they listen to, the topics at school. You know what I mean? You have to be aware. You know what I mean? Their peers, a lot of their peers don't have somebody in their life to say, hey, that's not right. There's somebody in their life condoning it. So they're going to school with children that are just flamboyantly gay. You know what I mean? So be aware of your child's surroundings and protect them at all costs by any means necessary. Don't allow the media to tell you how to raise your children. Of my 7, 5 are boys. All right? 4 living, but 5 are boys. All right? 5 are boys. None of them exhibit any feminine or homosexual behavior, but all of them have had positive male role models in their lives. All of them have not had strong media influence in their life. All right? Be it because they were too busy in extracurricular activities to watch the latest television shows and everything, or because the male role models in their lives didn't allow that agenda to be pushed on them. They were particular about the shit that they exposed them to. Whatever the case, none of my boys exhibit this behavior. None of them. None of the 5. All right? I have 3 bonus sons. All right? I call them bonuses. You probably heard it in a previous video, because I don't step on children. I love children. So I call them bonuses because they're mine, but the bonus was I ain't have to have them. No pregnancy, no labor, boom. All right? So I got 3 bonus sons, right? None of them exhibit any homosexual or feminine behavior. All right? It's what you expose them to. It's what you allow. There is a such thing as an abnormality. All right? Abnormalities means it is something that is abnormal. It is extremely abnormal for someone to be born feeling the way these people are claiming they were born feeling. Tell me how in the hell a boy or a man can say that they feel like a girl or a woman when they don't know how a girl or a woman feels because they are a boy or a man. You just saying some shit because you heard another motherfucker say some shit. This is an agenda that is being pushed. Stop allowing it to be pushed. Stop allowing them to say that just because I feel this way about this topic means that I'm homophobic. I am not scared of gay people. All right? I'm not scared of gay people. I feel like that's your prerogative. You know what I mean? Why are we looking to get acceptance for something that's done behind closed doors? Your sexuality is your sexuality. Why do I need to accept your sexuality when that's something that you do at home behind closed doors? I'm not asking acceptance for the shit that I do behind closed doors, because this mouth, but I'm not asking for fellatio rights. Doggy style is my all-time favorite position. But I'm not asking for the right to do it in public or for anyone to accept my choice to want or to have that preference. What is acceptance? What does that look like? How do you define accepting someone's behind closed doors activities? That's you and your household. So I want to know how y'all feel about it. Like, subscribe, share, get it out there. Eventually, I will start editing my videos and giving y'all a little bit better quality. Just right now, this is just my kind of my vent session, my on the go when I'm out and about, get it off my chest session. But I will be naming my little what do you call it? Vlogs, I guess you should call it. Not necessarily a podcast because I don't go live or anything like that, but I will be naming my blog channel eventually, and I will start editing my videos. But this is just my take on this. The homosexual thing and the feminization of our black men is a thing, and I need everyone to get on board and understand that it is a thing and start doing what you can to be proactive in making a change against this agenda. All right? It is not something that needs to be accepted, especially when it comes to our young children. They are telling our young children it's okay for you to be gay. Gay is a sexual thing. Our children are being sexualized at a young age because they're being told by the media that this is okay. Stop sexualizing my children. My children are not sexual beings. Your children aren't either. Stop allowing these people to tell you that it's not okay for you to feel a certain way without being deemed homophobic or transphobic or whatever the fuck a phobic. You have a right to an opinion. The Alphabet Club is blocking free speech. Stop it.